Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Here on the daily time frame, situation unchanged, but the price is currently trying to break above that first trend line we talked about only yesterday. So we are still in this support zone where we could potentially get a reversal to the upside. That's what the zone is for, the blue Fibonacci zone. This is the ideal target for this C wave, and we use the smaller time frame to determine whether it is likely or not that a low has already formed. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. But overall, here on the daily chart, the situation is unchanged. I wanted to make sure, though, that it's clear that we're currently trying to break above that first trend line there. And then I'm also watching that solid trend line. So we're breaking above the dotted one, just attempting it. You might see it here. Actually, I think I've got it shown in yellow on the smaller time frame. So let's change that to yellow, so it's not confusing. And here on the larger time frame, we also have the the solid red line as additional one to watch as resistance parameters. Yeah. Ultimately, also it would be important that the price breaks here above that last swing high located around $137. So we'll take a look at that in a few minutes on the smaller time frame. Important, though, also for anybody who is new on this channel, important is to understand that we are watching for a bounce from here. Again, we could get another low. That's from a daily chart point of view really just noise. But overall, the idea is that at least a B wave bounce should happen. B waves can even overshoot, so we don't want to ignore that potential. B waves can overshoot. That means they can break above the previous high. But there is a standard resistance area that the bulls would need to overcome to unlock prices in the $360 plus area. For now, initial resistance is between $181 and $263. Should we get another low, then this resistance area will move down with the price. Okay, it will move down with the price. So this is what we're tracking here at the moment on the smaller time frame. On the larger time frame. Any break above, as I said, 263 will shift the focus to that $360 range. That is overall still an ideal target if we get another high, which would be the yellow scenario. These are the two scenarios I'm tracking. White, major top formed already. A wave down, B wave up, C wave down. Yellow, we might get another high before a major top forms. But even in this case, we should get a larger move up. So you see in the short term, they kind of align and we should get a reaction here. That's why we are watching so closely currently the micro structures, the micro price action to see if some kind of a low forms. And we get a recovery, okay? And they both move together. And they will only really move away from each other, these scenarios, somewhere in this area, probably, in this resistance area. So should we get an initial bottoming confirmation, and we're already starting to break above trend lines, then as long as we stay above micro support, which I will then add to the chart, and as long as pullbacks remain corrective, which means we form higher lows and the pullbacks are three-wave movements, I will remain focused on the yellow count. Should I see at any point, a five-wave move down, because five-wave movements down don't have anything, they shouldn't really appear in the yellow scenario. Once we see five-wave movements to the downside, well, that is when the white scenario will probably take the lead, okay? Try to be here so as clear as possible. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame Solana chart. Also, I'll invite you to join us on X for additional discussions. There's typically a post where you can ask questions. I'm going to answer them after this video. I'm also going to be there for another couple of hours or so to answer questions. I know today is Fed Day. There's a lot of volatility. So yeah, just let us know. This is more interactive than, for example, here in the YouTube comments. So check it out. Link is in the description. So let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Here you can see that the price turned around before breaking below this last swing low from the 13th of March, and we broke above this trend line that I just showed you on the larger time frame as well. Again, there are different ways how this trend line can be drawn, but here we've got three touch points. It broke. So watching now if the market can get into this blue zone again. What is that? So for now, or you might remember from previous updates that I said, look, until we get all five waves up completed, there is no confirmation as such that a low has formed, a substantial low. Yeah? So to really confirm a low is in, we need 1, 2, A, B, C in wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5. However, the blue scenario can develop and has a chance as long as we're holding above that 13th of March low, because a break below it is an invalidation point, which means as we were up here in resistance, obviously risk was high for a dip. Then we came close to the invalidation point. Risk was low from a long trade point of view because we're very close to an invalidation point. Now the market seems to be moving higher, and we are now watching again if the market can get to that blue zone. At the moment, clearly the momentum is up against the last swing low here from Tuesday. And the question is, what are now the next resistance levels? Bear in mind, another low also here, still likely. Just expect some volatility today. I mean, I try to warn everybody always, but it should be clear that on Fed Day, we expect volatility, and we typically have to expect that waves may go to the extremes. There might be distortions on the micro level, really. Yeah? Fed Day typically doesn't change the trend or anything. But the idea is, we could have formed a low in wave B. If that's the case, the C wave could get us to the 100% extension level around $138. 137 to 138 is the next resistance area. A break above it should take us to round about $143, $144 in wave C of 3. Yeah. And then we could get another wave 4 and another wave 5. If we get all 5 waves completed, we even have formal confirmation that a substantial low is in. But then again, do you want to wait for confirmation or do you take a trade earlier? Well, that's up to you. One possible setup was, of course, the breakout above the trend line or going long just before breaking below the invalidation point. There are many ways how you can trade these charts. That ultimately depends on your risk profile, risk tolerance, your strategy, your trading skills. But the chart has not confirmed yet a major low, okay, or a substantial low, even though this is, of course, the area we're watching for it. But to confirm it, we need the 5 waves up. Yeah? But I'll give you the next milestone targets. And of course, if at this point now the price breaks below the intraday low, yesterday's low, yellow is taking over again. So market hasn't really made a decision yet, but it starts to get very protracted for the yellow count here. This, especially if we break above $136, $137, it will look more like blue. For now, this could just be a wider wave 2 in yellow. And the invalidation point for the yellow count as it is the $137 level. Yeah, because if it's a wave 2 rally, it shouldn't break above that last swing high. So I'd say for now, of course, the trend is up, especially as long as we're holding above that trend line here. That should give you all the key levels to watch for today. Expect some volatility, some ups and downs, but it's starting to look interesting. We'll see if it lasts. So I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And also, if you want to discuss the charts or anything else, just make sure you follow us on X. The link is pinned in the comment section. Also, I uploaded a video about CKB today. Yesterday, I uploaded a video about ETH-BTC. So if you don't want to miss these additional updates that are not published on YouTube, check out our X profile. Thank you very much. Bye.